Welcome to the lecture on The Best Kept Secret, Reduced Pain Without Drugs for Both Pets and People. This lecture will cover why you would want a laser. I hope that you find this lecture useful and enjoyable. But before we begin, I have to go over the disclaimer. I have to read it verbatim, so here it goes. Everything presented is the sole opinion by Dr. Yuki, that's me, and not from any laser company. No laser company can be held liable for the contents of this presentation. The contents of this presentation is for educational purposes only and does not guarantee success in every case or condition. And laser therapy is not a substitute for visiting your physician before starting treatments. That's it. So let's get started. Why do you want a laser? These are the topics I will cover today. First, like I said, why do you want a laser? And next, features to look for in your laser. And finally, I want to share some before and after cases with you. Before we begin, who is Dr. Yuki? Well, let me tell you. I graduated from the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences in Colorado, and that's where I received my doctorate in veterinary medicine. I have 48 plus years experience in the veterinary pet industry. I've also appeared in several radio and TV stations hosting the Wild and Wacky World of Pets and Animals show. I do have exotic animal experience as well as being on an on-set vet. By the way, an on-set vet ensures that all animals that appear in movies, TV commercials, and photo shoots are treated humanely. But this is my background in lasers. I'm currently a mobile vet and I specialize in laser therapy and laser acupuncture. I'm licensed to practice veterinary medicine in over 7 states. And how about 11 years experience in the exhibit hall at various veterinary conferences? I'm also serving as a veterinary advisory board member for several companies. Additionally, I am an independent distributor as I sell over 30 lasers from 11 different manufacturers. And before COVID, I lectured worldwide and taught vets how to choose the lasers and to use it properly. Finally, I am a published author of 3 laser therapy books and also created a laser therapy app. All this was designed to help teach you how to properly use your laser to its fullest potential and to get the best results. Let's go over some precautions and contraindications first, and luckily there's only a few. First is pregnancy. It's not that it's dangerous, but there's simply not enough studies that says it is safe. So we like to err on the side of caution and not laser over the developing baby. And because some lasers have magnetic therapy in them, you want to stay 5 inches away from a pacemaker or anything that may be affected by a magnetic field. My own mother had a pacemaker, so we just stayed 5 inches away from that device. Cancer. Currently, no laser manufacturer endorses the use of the laser in the presence of cancer. Although this may change in the future as more studies are coming out that both laser and acupuncture helps to stimulate the body's own immune system to help fight the cancer. You want to also avoid shining the laser light directly into the eye. And luckily with some lasers, you do have a 30-second safety factor. And same thing with the thyroid. You want to limit lasering over the thyroids to under 5 minutes, not because it's dangerous, but simply, once again, there's not enough studies that says that it is safe, so let's err on the side of caution. And finally, active bleeding. We want to make sure to stop the bleeding before we start lasering, and this is because the laser frequencies chosen may actually increase the circulation in the area. So if you haven't stopped bleeding, I don't want you to bleed out. And that's it for the precautions and contraindications, which is so few compared to regular medications. So you want a laser. Let me do a brief recap on laser therapy. Laser therapy is a very safe modality. It is totally non-invasive and does not hurt. Laser therapy is totally drug-free with no side effects like there are in some medications. There are over 300 conditions that you can treat using laser therapy, all without the use of conventional drugs. Now, I'm not going to read all of them to you, so please pick a condition like from this list. And as you can see, I didn't list all of them because if I list all 300, you won't be able to read it. But I think you get the idea that it's a lot of conditions. So let's watch this video on some common ways we use lasers. Let's watch another short video on some more conditions. And here is another short video to reveal even more ways that you can use with your laser. Did you know that lasers also helps to fight the opioid epidemic by providing pain relief without addictive pain pills? Now here's a news clip that appeared in the news.
Today, members of a Solon medical device company called Multi-Radiance Medical took part in congressional hearings about using light therapy as a replacement for opioid painkillers.
The technology has been around for years, but it's gaining in popularity, not only to help manage pain, but to heal it from the source.
Channel 3's Monica Robbins is here now with how it works and why it's another weapon in fighting the opioid epidemic. Monica, good evening.
Hi, Russ and Sarah. Yeah, those who suffer from chronic pain know medication may help the pain go away, but it doesn't fix the cause of the pain. That's the difference between medication and low-level light therapy. It may do both. Eric Schumacher retired from his assistant football coaching position at Massillon High School 5 years ago. He understands aches and pains, but the pain in his partially torn Achilles tendon was something else.
Hot sensation. At times, it would be a stabbing sensation.
He had no interest in taking pain meds like opioids, so when he found Canton chiropractor Dr. Brett Ungar, he was thrilled to learn how a laser could help his body heal itself.
Non-invasive, extremely safe. There's very little, if any, side effects, and it's highly effective and great clinical outcomes.
Multi-Radiance Medical makes the device. It's used by most professional sports teams, college athletes, and some high schools too. But anyone suffering from muscle and joint pain, arthritis, neck, or back pain might benefit.
This uses visible and infrared light, which is safe for the body. And we make sure that the device is safe for the eye, so it's not bright, it's not going to cause any damage to your eyes, so the patient can actually take it home and apply the therapy themselves.
The laser's smart, too. Based on the speed it takes for the light to get from one electrode to the other, the device can essentially tell exactly where the injury is located, then stimulate the cells around it. So how does it work? Well, think of it like giving an energy drink to your cells, especially where it hurts. So you put the laser on your arm, it kind of slaps those cells awake so they get to business and start healing. Eric noticed a difference in 4 visits. That's what kept him coming back.
15 treatments and no pain whatsoever now.
Did you know that lasers help to speed recovery? Sometimes even by half the normal healing time. Lasers are wonderful at speeding the recovery, especially after surgery, and this is also an alternative to invasive and expensive surgeries. It can be used, for example, in ACL repairs for patients who otherwise were not candidates for such procedures. Lasers can also save you thousands in costly diagnostic and surgical procedures. So how do cold lasers work? The laser works much like the sun, making sick cells healthier. There are cells within our body that can receive the benefits of the light, much like plants do. And just like we produce vitamin D when we're exposed to the sun, when exposed to the proper laser light, it helps sick cells become healthy again. You may be asking, what exactly is the mechanism of action? And without getting into a lot of scientific detail, here are the specific reactions within the mitochondria of the cells. And those are especially the biochemical ones, like the increased fibroblast migration, the increased ATP, the DNA, the RNA, all of that. And if you would like a copy of this flyer, please ask me, because this topic is actually a lecture in itself at the conferences. Now let's get into some features to look for. First of all, ask them, are all companies doing research? The answer is a big no. So make sure that the laser you choose has actual studies with their lasers to validate them, especially if that company is citing those studies as if it were their own. Multi-Radiance Medical has compiled the revelations. It is a compilation of over $1 million devoted to studies published in peer-reviewed journals. Currently has over 48 peer-reviewed published studies, and more studies are on the way as it is being the submission process. So reputable companies will have their own batch of research, so just ask for them. Let's continue with features to look for. Now, do you want a cordless or a corded laser? That means that a console unit will have a cord, which means that the laser is connected to a wall outlet. Or have you considered a handless cordless unit? You can use these anywhere without relying on being next to an electrical outlet, because some patients simply don't like that cord brushing against their fur. Or can the cord be hazardous, especially near a spooked horse? Or is it inconvenient? Do you want a laser in front of a TV on the couch? How about using it outside? Did you know that the blue light can kill bacteria and MRSA? Now, the best ones are the 470 nanometer blue light radiance because it has the most studies and is effective at combating bacterial overload plus MRSA. And did you know that the violet light can help to combat fungal infections? Now here's a picture of a dryer being used that incorporates that blue light to help fight germs in the restrooms. And some hospitals are also using the blue light to sweep the surgical suite after procedures to ensure a very safe environment. Are you thinking about using the lasers for rehab purposes, especially near water? You can even use it after swimming to recover faster from sore muscles. Now, the cordless lasers can be placed in a waterproof bag to keep the device safe, but some lasers are more inherently waterproof. But I still recommend using a Ziploc baggie or a camera waterproof bag to ensure that it doesn't get wet. And some people do even take it outside into the beach, use it after surfing, volleyball, or to help them with the pain of sunburns. Beware of purchasing medical equipment on the internet. I mean, it should be a huge warning, a big red flag raised, because you really should only purchase from reputable sources and reps you trust for guidance, because there's so many bad dealers selling knockoffs on Amazon, eBay, Alibaba, Craigslist, and so many online sellers. Plus, you don't know if it's really new, is it refurbished, used, or even stolen. And they're selling older models that have no support or cannot be repaired. think, is the company even located in the USA if it does need service or repair? And very important, is it FDA cleared to be sold in the USA? Because there are many devices being sold that did not pass the FDA clearance. Now I want you to take a look at this picture. It shows the evolution of just one laser called the MyPet laser, and you can't tell the difference from the outside casing between the older discontinued model and the one that's the new version. Take a look at the first two on the left, the discontinued and the old version. One you cannot repair. The other one is an older version, so the repair parts may not be available soon. But from the outside, you cannot tell. By the way, the color differences won't help because that's just an optional silicone cover. So it's very, very important that you do buy the latest version that is still repairable. Now, there is an unscrupulous company that actually stole the chassis design, and they're selling them as knockoffs online, and we're constantly fighting with them with cease and desist orders, only to find a company reappearing in a foreign market under a different name. It is a constant battle. You also want to ask, are there any hidden costs? Make sure that there are no hidden costs, especially when the laser is out of warranty, because some companies will charge a huge maintenance fee or software upgrade fee, and this is usually free during the warranty period, but it increases dramatically after the warranty is over. I mean, I have heard maintenance fees being over $5,000 for the next 3 years, and this is outrageous. Now, does the laser have to be sent in for calibration? There's actually one company that makes you send it in once a year to the manufacturer. So be sure to talk to them and ask about if there's any maintenance that's needed on the laser or if there is a cost for the maintenance. Is the laser you're considering easy to learn and use? Because not all lasers are easy to learn to use. Some even take a few weeks and you have to calculate the correct joules to operate it safely, while others take less than 5 minutes to learn. So be sure to investigate this. This is very important. Is the laser approved to be used in the USA? Because not every laser is FDA cleared. In fact, there's many copycats that skip this step and are currently unlawfully selling them in the USA. And there's a huge influx of non-approved lasers that are not FDA compliant. In fact, there are over 500 devices on the market today. And did you know that some batteries get super hot or have even sparked? And that could cause a fire. So be sure that the laser you purchase is rated to be safe to be used in the USA. You want outstanding support from your rep. The most important aspect of investing in any medical equipment is the support after the sale. Now, can you contact the rep at any time? How about on evenings, weekends, or even holidays? Is the company located in the USA in the same time zone? Do they speak English? Can you understand them? Remember that your rep is the most valuable resource. At-home lasers are so much more convenient than visiting the doctor's office. Now, COVID definitely increased the need for these at-home lasers because it provides much less stress for patients and owners, and some pets are very difficult to get them to the vet's office or change their personality once they are there. We waste a lot less time going to the doctors. I mean, think about it. How much time do you spend waiting to be seen? How long did you wait in traffic? You can also save a lot of money on commuting expense. There's no gas, there's no car maintenance to worry about, and some places even charge for parking. Studies have also shown that you get better results with frequent treatments done in the privacy and the comfort of home. So it is much more convenient to do laser therapy treatments in the privacy and the comfort of your own house. Now, I would like to introduce you to some cases, and this case is Colby the cat. Now, Colby was bitten by a dog or a coyote, depending on where you live, and you can see the bite wounds here, and he luckily managed to escape. But when he came home, Colby was paralyzed. And the hind leg had no deep pain. He could only drag himself across the carpet. You can see that in this video. See how he's dragging himself with his front legs. His back legs were totally useless. And with Colby the cat, now the owner did not have the money to pay for expensive back surgery, so instead they opted to rent the My Pet Laser for in-home treatments, and she lasered daily for 2 months. And this is Colby after 2 months of laser therapy with no surgery. Isn't that amazing? No surgery, just the laser. Look how much this cat improved. I love that lasers can be used for cases like this. Phantom limb pain after amputation. Have you ever wondered if animals also experience this too? We know that humans do, so why not provide your pets with pain relief too? Let's watch this video.
Hello, my name is Stephen Cantwell. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Texas. On June 4th, I was coming home from the gym on my motorcycle. Just a normal day. I was going home to get ready to go to work, and unfortunately a woman wasn't paying attention and made an illegal U-turn. It was unavoidable. I wound up running into her. At the time, I broke several ribs, collapsed my lung, and my right leg was completely crushed. When I went to the emergency room, they told me that they could save my leg, but in doing so, I would never be able to run or jump or hike. And being a former athlete, that just really wasn't acceptable. But at the time, listening to the doctors, they thought they could save my leg. So they did a reconstructive surgery on my leg, basically rebuilding my entire foot using bone grafts. For 6 months, they different procedures. They tried to save it. I was sent to different neurologists, neurosurgeons. I was diagnosed with severe complex regional pain syndrome, as well as I was never able to move my toes again. And finally, after 6 months of trying to save my leg, the decision was made to amputate it, which at the time was a good idea for me to get back to the normal activities. Unfortunately, being that I did have CRPS, the nerve pain in my residual limb was pretty bad. I couldn't sleep at night, really couldn't do anything. The pain was just unbearable. That's when I was introduced to this Activette Pro. It's a laser that was given to me to use for the pain in my stump, and I used it every day, and within just 2 weeks of using it, the phantom pains were completely gone. I was able to sleep at night, so very grateful for that. I'm able to use my prosthetic leg without any pain. It's only been 2 months post amputation, and I can already walk pain-free. It's a good thing for me because ultimately my goal is to get back to doing 5Ks and to running marathons, and a long-term goal would be to do an Ironman. And this laser has really made all the difference in the world. I recommend it to anybody who's having any type of any pain anywhere. It definitely has been a blessing and has really helped me get along with the recovery. So for anyone out there dealing with any type of adversity, any type of pain, never give up hope. There's always a way to get through it. For me personally, this multi-radiance laser has been a blessing and has really helped me to get back to my normal way of life.
DJD and disc compressing the nerves. These can be helped with laser therapy. This is an effective alternative to invasive surgery. And you can see the before picture affecting the limb from the compressed disc. This dog is having a really hard time with his hind limbs. Now, they did laser this patient daily for 2 months, and the after video shows how much better the dog can walk even without surgery. So watch this. Much better, much happier. Laser alone, no surgery.
Otra vueltecita.
Ven a ver aquí.
Vente.
Multi-Radiance Medical has been in the news often, and they also help the burn victims down under. So here's a clip from the news broadcast. Let's watch it now.
Experts estimate at least 1 billion animals have died in those bushfires, and many more have been injured.
Brandon Simmons shows us how a company in Solon is pitching in to help wounded koalas.
When you actually go to fly in and you can see how devastated not only the land is, but what it's done in displacing so many animals from their homes. It is a national tragedy that they're dealing with right now.
The wildfires spreading across Australia have had tragic effects, to say the least. 27 people have been killed and more than 1 billion animals have lost their lives as the fires spread across more than 32,000 square miles, nearly the size of Indiana. While many animals have perished, there are also stories of survival. Some of those stories coming courtesy technology made right here in Northeast Ohio.
When we had the opportunity to kind of get involved with the brush fire victims, it got us very excited and wanting to be part of that.
Douglas Johnson is Senior Vice President at Multi Radiance Medical, a Solon-based company for the last 16 years. They've developed handheld laser technology designed to expedite healing and reduce pain in humans and animals alike. When it comes to burn injuries, like many animals in Australia have suffered, the lasers can help heal in weeks instead of months.
And when we start to do laser therapy, we can cut that time sometimes in half and sometimes even in just 2 to 3 weeks. We can actually get good covering of that skin that now it becomes a protective barrier.
Burns in particular are more painful than most wounds, but the lasers provide immediate relief to some extent. The devices are painless to use and are already used in veterinary clinics and zoos around the world to treat all types of animals. Today, this local company is just proud to contribute to another nation's healing.
Our goal is to actually be able to treat just about every animal on the earth if we can.
In Solon, I'm Brandon Simmons, 3 News.
Laser therapy shines when it comes to burn. And now this is a very severe burn from just a second, not even a second on the barbecue grill. But this is 4 days later. The doctors were shocked at the progress as they told the patient it would take a minimum of 6 weeks. Isn't that amazing? There's lots more free tips on my Facebook blog, Cold Laser Therapy for Pets and People. It is my Facebook page where I post monthly tips there. And I can also give you this free PDF guide on how to select your laser. Just ask me for this. So, in summary, laser therapy is a modality option offered to patients at veterinary and human hospitals, so why not have one at home? You can use these medical devices both on yourself as well as for your pets. You can save lots of money and time with these at-home lasers, and so for more information, you can contact me at my cell phone for texting or my email. Thank you for watching this presentation. Now you can reach me via email and text at any time. I'm available every day, weekends, evenings, as well as holidays. In fact, if I don't answer your email promptly, please try again, as my goal is to respond to you within 24 hours. Your email may have gotten lost in cyberspace. Remember, I have new, used, and demo lasers available. Thank you again, and happy lasering!